What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be taking on the Fighting Legend VEGETA event here with the new low-class warrior team. Well, I guess the team isn't new, but there's a new mission to clear it with a low-class warrior team here. So we are going to be using our brand new Bardock here to take this down. I thought this was an interesting thing. It's kind of a cheesed... Like, I don't understand why low-class warrior is the new, mission, because Bardock isn't even a low-class warrior lead. Like, yeah, a lot of the characters from storied figures and stuff do cross over to the low-class warrior category, but it is just kind of weird that they didn't make it, like, storied figures missions instead, right? And I thought that was kind of odd, but nonetheless, we've got our team built here, so we will jump in. See what we can make happen. I do want to try and no item it. You obviously can bring a couple items and a support memory if you want, but I think that this team should have enough power that we won't have to worry about that. Okay, so we actually got really unlucky getting both Bardocks on the first turn because now we only get the Scouter for 5 turns, right? Because it activates for 5 turns from his first appearance. So if we had him on the second turn or the third turn, we would have had the Scouter up longer. So that's a little bit unfortunate. But, yeah, really bad rotation starting out, actually, because we've literally got 3 Bardocks on the first rotation. So we have no Lynx active or anything either. Kind of an L overall, but... once we get our rotation sorted, I think we're going to be flying through this event, no problem. I suppose it's worth mentioning that my Bardock is only 55%, and I did just pull him probably like 5 conscious hours ago, so I've only had like 5 hours of link leveling on him so far, so he is very, very mid on the links right now, but I'm sure that won't affect us incredibly much. I guess we do that. Yeah, our rotations are really, really funky right now. I do want to try to get one of the tech Bardocks on each rotation. And then I think I'm going to... well, obviously I'm going to keep Path to Power Kid Goku on rotation with one of them. And then the other one, I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe Fasha would probably be the best unit. We'll see what happens, though. We have a lot of units with the same name, because we have the 2 Kid Gokus, and then we have 3 Bardocks on the team. So, between all of those units, we have to make sure that we're sorting these units out correctly so that we can get as many links active as possible. Okay, I will take that critical hit. That is very nice stuff. We can already use this because we've got multiple storied figures allies on the team. That's why we're able to. Great. Well, we are not going to use his active skill yet. We'll wait until a little bit later. I want to make sure we can get his full passive built up and everything first. So he's going to have to do a couple more super attacks for that. Yeah, we're at 330k defense there. Should be perfectly fine to tank that super attack. I don't think we're going to have any issues on that front. We've got so many physical units on the team. It's actually kind of weird. I'm going to make sure to, I'm trying to make sure that, like, the board stays good so that everyone can super. But this team actually links up really, really well. I don't think that we're going to be seeing many key issues. So that probably won't be an issue. But I do want to make sure that Kid Goku has enough Rainbow Orbs to select every turn. So I suppose it's always going to be tough, too, while we're one-turning each of these, like, phases of this fight. Because you can't really set up the board when you get a fresh board at the beginning of every turn, right? Okay, so I guess we keep Bardock there. Wow, my Bardock is so much lower. The friend Bardock is rainbowed. We saw him at 330k defense, but he was also getting some support from Fasha, I believe. She does give support, right? No. She does not. Okay, so she's just supporting herself. I thought she was giving support to Bardock, and that's why we saw such, you know, large defense numbers and stuff from him. But I guess it's just the Rainbow Star and the fact that he's a little more built up makes all the difference for sure. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and launch this super attack then. Looks like for now we're staying pretty steadily at 100% HP, which is nice. My Bardock is only 55%, as I mentioned, so I wasn't able to give him any additionals in his hidden potential system, obviously. Being a tech-type unit, he only gets the free 5 crit. But I did make sure to give him some equips that allow him to do some additionals. So it's not a very high chance, but he actually can do additionals. He does have the capability. I thought that was very important for him, considering he has to perform multiple super attacks in order to build up his full passive, and stupidly, he doesn't have any additionals built into his passive to help him with that. So, you really do need to give him as many additionals in the hidden potential system as possible, especially because he gets a great defense raise on his super attack effect, so he's going to be tanking a lot better if you get a double super on any given turn. Okay, this Bardock is looking very, very good. We are on turn 5, so this is the last turn that he has his entrance animation. So he's going to be losing the Rainbow Orb changing as well as some stats. And the Scouter. This is the last turn of the fight that we'll have the Scouter up. Which, honestly, I don't think is a big deal, right? I'm pretty sure we're going to be fine either way. I actually probably just blundered right there. I think I should have put Fasha in the first slot, because I think Fasha's still building up. Whereas, I think that this Bardock is fully built at this point, because he's done 3 super attacks, right? Because I think he did get the additional super attack last turn, and he's had 2 rotations to be on. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the 3 super attacks he needed to fully build up his passive. If not, though, then this definitely does it right here. So the friend Bardock is fully built up at this point. My Bardock has only gotten 1 super attack off. So let's see the difference in the defensive stat that we're rocking here with our Bardock compared to last turn. Still really low. Am I missing something? I mean, he's not level 10 links yet, right? So that is going to make a difference. Once we get all of these links boosted up, we're definitely going to see some additional percent. What percentage is this? Oh, okay. So they probably use keys on this guy. To get him finished up, if they have him at link level 10 already. How do I want to do this? Maybe I should put Kid Goku in the first slot this time, because he's got type advantage on this stage. That's probably a good idea, right? And then, I guess we just do this. Yeah, there we go. We're able to get the 18 key super that way. So yeah, I was kind of forced to bring a lot of these like weird, like same name, just Bardock units and stuff. I thought about bringing more of the free-to-play Team Bardock squad, so that I could have some variety in like the character names. But those units just aren't quite as good as a lot of these Dokkan Fest units and stuff. So I figured it would be better to run it this way. Also, a lot of those units do need to stay on rotation, namely like the Shugesh and Tora, who are the 2 I probably would have, you know, prioritized bringing. Because I could have also brought the STR Bardock, right? But then that's yet another Bardock on the team, so I didn't want to do that. But if I were to bring the Tora or Shugesh along, then they would have had to been a main rotation unit, because they do need to keep stacking attack and defense, you know, every turn. But the way I wanted to run these rotations, there just wasn't room for it. And I also feared that with bringing all these strong units, we were going to be blazing through this so quickly, but that by the time we got to like the final phase, they weren't going to be built up enough to hold their own. I was a little bit worried about that, so... okay, how do we want to do this? I kind of want to... Man, he is looking so good right now. 450k defense. He is getting some support from the version Z Goku, though, right? I think we're just going to continue to super attack. Let's do what we said last turn and build up Fasha. Try and get some more stacks for her. This is good, because she's gonna receive a hit and dish out a hit, which is good. Both of those things give her stats in her passives, so that is really, really advantageous for us. And then we'll just continue to save all the active skills for the final phase. Might as well. Or at least, we have 2 phases left, right? Because we have the blue Vegeta, the physical blue Vegeta, and then we have the AGL evolution blue Vegeta at the end. Which I'm probably going to save the Bardock active skills for that final stage because they'll have type advantage. Maybe I'll use the version Z Goku on this next phase. We'll see. But we are rotating him off now, so he actually might not even be visible on this next stage, depending how quickly we're able to slap this guy down. So we'll see what happens here. Oh, we also have Path to Power Kid Goku's active skill here. What do we want to activate? I mean, we might as well. Let's go ahead and launch the Kid Goku active skill. Let me make sure that the animations are on and everything. Okay. All right, let's see it. What? I turned it. It was already on. I turned it off. Or, I hate the way that they word this. Honestly, I'm gonna rant about this because I wish that they would just say, like, if this just said active skill. If it just said active skill, and then if you want them on or off, just choose whether you want them on or off. It's so confusing that turning it on actually turns the animation off. Because it's a skip that you're turning on. I hate it. I hate the way that they worded this. It's so backwards. It's really confusing. Anyways, I'm going to reset the app so that we can see that animation. Be right back. Good stuff. Thank you, Goku. It did so much damage. Mainly just for the animation, right? Obviously is the main draw there. Okay, so I don't think my Bardock is fully built up yet. I'm pretty sure he has to do this one more attack because we're on what, turn 8? Oh, maybe he is. He's probably, yeah, he has had 3 turns on. Okay, so this is my Bardock fully built up. I'm unimpressed. I really, like, was not that hype on this unit. He is just a really good, like, utility unit, right? He's good to kind of add in to other teams. I mean, he has a really good leader skill. You're able to make, like, really, really good teams with him. We obviously aren't showing off his best possible team because we are limited to only using the low-class warrior units that also fit on his category. But he's a Goku family leader, right? So he's giving a 200% support to every single Goku in the game. Obviously, this guy has a lot of potential with his leader skill and stuff. But yeah, he is definitely not, like, I would say, like, a main rotation unit that you want to run. He's not going to be dishing out the most damage or having the most impressive defensive numbers. But he's just good enough to, like, hold his own. And then having the Scouter, you know, helps out a lot. And the Rainbow Orb changing that he's providing is definitely just going to help all of the other units on your team. So yeah, good unit to have around in general, but just not the most impressive if you're focusing in on him. But yeah, he's definitely going to be one of those units that we see around for a little while. For sure. Him and Kid Goku are both, like, staples on a Goku family team at this point. That's a lot of hits. Maybe we should just throw Fasha there to make sure that she's finally, like, fully built up, if she isn't already. I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and do that. I actually do want to try to get the Dokkan attack here. That way, on that final phase, we don't waste it. Because I would rather get off some of those Bardock active skills on the final phase. And if we just, you know, plop down with an immediate, like, Dokkan attack, we probably would finish the phase off, so. Okay, so at this point, I think Fasha should be fully built up too. She should be good to go. Her attack stats starting to get a little bit high. It's kind of cool. This unit can definitely cook. Yeah, 5 million, wow. Because the additional obviously doesn't have the same modifier as the Dokkan attack. So 5 million, that was a legit attack stat right there. That's really impressive to see from her. Is she going to double-digit tank this, too? That'd be really, really nice to see. Almost, almost. Okay. I'll definitely take that. Goodness gracious, 7 million. Yeah, the dupes help this guy out a lot. The extra stats, for sure. Because he's getting the great attack and defense raise on Super, and then he gets all those extra stats in his passive. So the more base stats you have, like, this unit's just going to be looking a lot better, right? Whereas there are other units that just have, like, attacks effective against all types, or build up damage reduction, things like that. Stack defense on Super, like those type of units, it's not as important to have dupes because their passive is ultimately going to allow them to, like, you know, hit really hard or tank really well. His is just stats. It's literally just numbers, so you have to depend on his base stats to really, you know, see him be effective. Alright, let's do some more active skills. We'll start with version Z Goku here. I gotta say, I am pretty pleased with the English voice acting on that one. Sometimes it's a bit of a flop, but I will definitely take that. That could have been way worse, right? Obviously, a lot of the time, the Japanese voice acting on, you know, the JP side of the game is just gonna trump. It's just gonna be better. But, like, for instance, the Kid Goku on his active skill, I absolutely hate the voice acting for the English version. It's so bad, right? But I will definitely take Bardock's. That is much more acceptable. I'm not expecting it to be like, you know, Beast Gohan levels of hype and stuff. It's not the craziest animation. The main thing that I look for is the voice acting, because obviously that's the new portion that we get. You know, once the units come to global, we've already seen the animations because they're the exact same as they are on JP. Sweet, we're able to get those 3 rainbow orbs. Man, even with... Wait, Path to Power Kid Goku, does he Rainbow Orb change as well? I forget. He does, he does. Okay, so that's helping us out a lot here. Man, the combination of the two of them for the first 5 turns, both Rainbow Orb changing, that's pretty good. Definitely like to see that. Okay, a pre-super attack. How much damage do we take here? A bit. That's a little bit annoying. And he also lowered our defense with that super, so that does not help us out. Just widening the gap between the 55% Bardock and the 100% Bardock on the other rotation. Alright, but he does show, like, that great defense raise definitely does him good, right? 50%. He had, like, what, almost 300k? At the start of turn there? So he probably was at, like, 450-ish after the super attack. I mean, that's not bad. That's still not enough to, like, tank a red zone super attack or anything. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still on the fence with this Bardock, for sure. I think I'm probably not going to be using him quite as much as other people. More active skills! Yay, let's go! Nice, good stuff. That's a really long active skill animation for how little content is in it. You know what I mean? Like, all he does throughout the entire active skill is fly through the air with his fist out, and then he punches. That's it. And it takes so long. Whereas some active skills, they're like charging up the attack, they talk to you at the beginning, then they charge up the attack, then they like get ready to launch it, and then they launch it, and then they also hit the enemy with other attacks and stuff. He's literally got one thing that he does. He just flies and punches, and it takes so long to get through. It's kind of funny. Interesting stuff. Alright, now Bardock. Yes, go Bardock, go Bardock. Okay. So, look at the numbers. Wait, he did not get anything adjusted from doing the active skill, right? All that does is cause ultimate damage to enemy and gives him crits within the turn. Okay, yeah, so it didn't give him any other type of buffs. Look at the numbers between Fasha and Bardock. This is ridiculous, right? She's like a banner unit. And he's the brand new Dokkan Fest exclusive, and they're sitting at the exact same numbers. With nothing fake. We have no items, we have no support happening from anyone. This is all just like their raw numbers fully built up. And this is a Rainbow Star Bardock. What percent? This is only a 79% Fasha. So like, yeah, I don't know. I'm honestly just not too big on this Bardock. I really am not. I guess the one thing we have to consider is it's turn 11, right? So he has fizzled out at this point. Bardock definitely does better in those first 5 turns while he still has his entrance animation up. So yeah, definitely keep that in mind. He did lose like 70% attack, which is the main thing affecting his stats there. And Fasha also does take a little while to build up because you have to do quite a few attacks, and you also have to receive quite a few attacks with her in order to get her to the point that she's at. So, you know, on paper, I would say that Bardock is probably a better unit, obviously. It is just funny to see the brand new Dokkan Fest unit performing at the same level, pretty much, as some random banner unit from, like, over a year ago. Well, I guess not quite a year yet, but, yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, so there we go. We were able to get the win pretty easily with no items there on the Vegeta event. I haven't done the Goku events yet. I may switch up the team a little bit for those ones just to keep it interesting for you guys, the viewers. But yeah, there we go. We were able to get that mission done. Very, very good stuff. Now I will take it. I'll take my 5 tickets that I can use in single summon land, I guess, because you need 7 tickets in order to do a multi on the, you know, the ticket banners for these. But it is what it is. Cool stuff. Alright, well, that is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed watching Bardock absolutely clap Vegeta, then consider liking, commenting, and you know it,